Want some bomb-ass YouTube success tips that will absolutely make your channel do well? Then stick around. Plus, Logan Paul is on the show today, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a good one. I'm Owen. This is the Business of Video podcast.
You're listening to the Business of Video podcast, where the world's top YouTubers and marketers talk about what's working with online video. This podcast is recorded live on Facebook every week, and you can join us when you visit businessofvideopodcast.com. And now your hosts, Owen Video and Nick Nimmin.
Welcome back to the Business of Video podcast. Wow, the music just goes off, huh? When you do that, it just kind of goes away. That kind of kills my mojo. Like, I like hearing the music in the background. It's kind of like when Rocky's fighting, you know, and Eye of the Tiger is playing. But that's okay, folks, because we keep on going. The show must go on. Welcome back to the Business of Video podcast, where you will learn what's working to grow your business with online video. I'm Owen Video here, joined by my co-host, superstar extraordinaire, Nick Nimmin. And it looks like Nick Nimmin has cloned himself.
I did. You know, there's only so much time in the day, Owen.
So much time in the day, Owen.
That's so you guys are brilliant. You guys are brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Introduce us. I mean, I know who he is, but Nick, please introduce.
So I'm Nick, and this is my brother Dee, Dee Nimmin. And so he's gonna be hanging out with us today. He was hanging out with us, I think, like a episode ago before we took the break, maybe an episode or two ago before we took the break. But yeah, Dee is he's also a YouTube content creator. And since we are sharing YouTube tips, I figured that he would be an awesome person to hang out on the show. We also just finished a TubeBuddy stream, if you can't tell. So you know, we're just coming in, repping the TB. So we're just coming in hot, so to speak, from a TubeBuddy stream as well. So yeah,
I love it. I can actually see the beads of sweat like on your face from back-to-back streaming. I mean, and it's fun, right? It's fun, but it's a lot of work to kind of like go from one stream to another stream.
It is. It's a lot of work, and you also have that pressure because they're literally back to back, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I got to can this one like 5 minutes early to make sure that I can be on this one, and so on and so forth. So it's definitely, you got that pressure, like, oh, you got to keep an eye on the clock, to where typically if you're on a live stream, you can just say, okay, well, if I end up going over a little bit, not the end of the world, not a big deal. But then when you got to be somewhere else, it's like, you know, hey, I just had dinner here, but I also told this person I was going to have dinner, so I got to make sure that I'm at this one too. So I got to hurry up and finish this one. Sorry, no wine for me. I'm out of here.
And that's why he has a cold, because when he makes that second dinner appointment, here I am.
Boom.
There, boom. Right. D. And you show up in the I am Nick Nimmin, I am Nick Nimmin's double, or you know, you've got the shirt that says I am not Nick Nimmin, because I'm sure people confuse you because you're very famous. You're a very famous YouTuber. You know, it kind of reminds me of that last scene in Mrs. Doubtfire. You remember that scene where
I don't.
I don't.
Well, first of all, guys,
I've never watched Mrs. Doubtfire.
I don't understand the reference, Owen.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Okay, Mrs. Doubtfire was like my babysitter. Like, you know, whenever my parents would leave and they'd be like, just watch Mrs. Doubtfire. At the end of the movie,
with Robin Williams.
Didn't Mrs. Doubtfire kill herself?
What's that?
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Robin Williams. Yeah.
So he dresses up as this old lady, right? He's like kind of like as this. So he's going from like one dinner appointment where he's Robin Williams to another dinner appointment in the same restaurant. It's just antics. As Mrs. Doubtfire. You know, and comedy ensues, and that's the reference that would have worked had you seen the
if it wasn't for those pesky kids.
I know, and their little dog too. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're joining us. We are live right now, streaming on YouTube and on Facebook for the first time ever. This is going to be the first of many, folks. It's season 3, episode 1 of the Business of Video podcast, and Logan Paul is joining us on the show today. Remember, if you're watching us on YouTube, click the little red subscribe button and then click the bell when it pops up. You're gonna get subscribed to the show. You'll get alerts every time we go live. Plus, if you're watching us on Facebook, just type 5. That's the number 5 into the comments section, and you'll be subscribed to the show on Facebook. Have you guys been following the Logan Paul situation?
No. What did he do this time?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you. Well, do you like Logan Paul?
You know what? I've got to say no. I don't. But I think that he's very good at what he does, and like professionally, yes. But in terms of like just seeing, like, he's definitely not somebody that I would at least from the persona that he puts out on video, he's not somebody that I would like hang out with on a regular basis. I'd actually be afraid to hang out with Logan Paul on a regular basis because of some of the antics.
Yeah.
You know, I respect his hustle.
Right.
And I don't want to take anything away from how hard he's worked to achieve what he's achieved. But I just think he is a poor role model because I know a lot of his viewers are kids.
Right.
There we go.
Right. You're like, yeah. I really respect him as a YouTuber, but in life, he's kind of douchey. And,
yes.
And
for lack of a better word.
I didn't know if we were going to go there or not, but
wow, okay. You guys are really, oh man.
Oh my gosh, he's on. Well, Logan Paul is on the show today. Logan, thanks for joining us today. I'm glad that you're here to kind of set the record straight.
Yeah, I would say thanks for having me, but you guys seem like you already hate me. So thanks a lot for having me. My producer just made me say. So yeah, what's poppin', Team Paul? What's poppin'? All my Loganers watching. My Logang. Anyone in my Logang, let me know if you're watching right now. You get what I did? My name's Logan. I put a gang at the end, Logang. Owen, you should try it for yours. The O-Gang. You know, all these kids will start following.
That's good. I like that.
It's actually
the O-Gang.
Absolutely.
I'd rep the O-Gang.
Okay.
That's good. Totally
it's actually really good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. Logan, we're so glad that you're on the show today. You know, I want to ask you about what happened because apparently you said some things that got you in trouble, and now you're going to be in a boxing match with a professional boxer, KSI. I'm going to read the headline. KSI and Logan Paul are going head-to-head in a boxing match for the ages, and fans everywhere are already getting hyped for what will be the biggest YouTube event of all time, the article says. And that's from Capital FM. Logan, what happened?
Are you talking about the dead people in the forest, or are you talking about fish on trunks? But which one are you talking about? There's a lot that's happened in the last year.
And it's hard for you to just kind of keep in. Well, what I heard is, what happened with KSI and the boxer?
Well, so yeah, we're going to be fighting. My brother's going to be fighting his brother, and we're going to just set it all up. It's going to be a really good time, I think. You know, I'm all prepared. I've been training. It's really exciting.
So tell me about how this came about. Are you a boxer?
Maybe sometimes, but now I am. I've been practicing. I've been playing some video games, and it's been really helping me a whole lot.
So,
you should do great then. Yeah. Like training through video games, you're gonna destroy that guy. Right. Oh man, that's so smart.
I believe. Absolutely. I've a couple of my people, they hooked me up with this thing right here, and it's called the Power Glove. So I think
can we go full screen on that? So we can see this. So this is your strategy.
Absolutely, it's technology. I think it'll totally help me win this fight. I'm not scared in the least.
You're gonna win,
Logan. I hope you can wear those star sunglasses.
Yeah. Oh, did you like those? Did you see that? Did you see that little detail? Yeah. That was really neat. Thank you so much. Yeah.
They good.
My PR guy did that for me.
Logan, why do you find yourself in these sort of predicaments? You know, and you have to forgive me because we sort of went over the questions we were going to ask yesterday, and I forgot to write them down. But so let's talk. Let's talk anyway.
You got a superstar. I mean, you forgot the questions. Love it. That's what I'm talking about. Only on the business video, folks.
I'd love to learn about 10 tips on YouTube to get better. You know, that's my main goal in YouTube is just to make money, and I just want money. So I'm going to fight people for money. I'm going to throw fish on things for money. I'm just going to do whatever it takes.
That's right.
That's my Team Paul. Team Paul.
I already throw fish on things for money.
No, he does that in his spare time for free. Yeah. So he'll definitely get paid for it.
Right. Absolutely. I've been hearing about ClickFunnels and everything, and I'm really here to learn. You know, I want to teach me how to like do good things, you know, instead of all these bad things I do.
You kind of get yourself into trouble. What advice do you have for the young people of the world today to help them, you know, really live and be the best type of people that they could be?
Well, first, I would not watch any of my videos, and I would probably just watch Dee Nimmin and Nick Nimmin and your videos. You know, mine teach you how to be like, you know, complete utter gutter stuff. You don't want that. So you know, watch good people. Utter gutter. Yeah, that's my new. I got a song coming out. It's all about KSI and it's against KSI. It's about the utter gutter. and it's going to be a really good song. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be a top 10.
You know what? I can't wait to watch it. I don't know about you guys. Is this something you guys would watch?
Yeah. Utter Gutter?
The Utter Gutter Gang? You should rename your crew. The Utter Gutter Gang.
Yeah.
Team Utter Gutter. TUG. Hashtag.
It's really good. Logan Paul, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him. Great to have you on the show today. Thanks for joining us, Logan.
Power Glove.
We can't wait. We can't wait to see you next time. Hey, if you're out there watching us right now, who do you think is going to win the Logan Paul KSI match? Let us know in the comment section. And while you're out there, I want to say what's up to some of our fans watching us on YouTube. Jarhead6 is logging in. Kim here is good. She says, I dislike Paul's content very much but he can't be ignored because of his success. That's absolutely true. And speaking of True Financials is out there. He says, love that the show is now live on YouTube. Only a couple glitches, right? I forgot to write the questions down. You know, it's funny, guys. Like, here, you guys want a little behind the scenes? Last night, I'm working on that sketch with Jason. And by the way, Jason, I apologize. I completely screwed it up. But I'm working on the show with Jason. I said, Jason, write it down. I said, write all your notes down or you're going to like mess up the show. And then I get here and I'm the one that forgot to write the questions down. Oh, look, we got camera number two. Good to see you guys out there. We're broadcasting live.
Oh, you've got it on the glider. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm about to have a moment. Oh, that's so glorious.
Look at the movement.
The movement on that glider.
Wow. On the track.
Woo. Smooth as hot honey, right?
Yeah, that was great.
I know.
I feel like I want to take this off.
Yeah, that was man.
You know what?
That was beautiful.
I hope you do take it off, D, because I haven't seen you topless since VidCon, and I gotta tell you, the joy of my morning. I have like a morning routine, right? So every morning I'm sort of like reading. I read my book and I do some visualization, I have some affirmations, and I was doing my affirmations. Nick and Dee are in one room, and then I'm in the next room, and normally I have my door closed, but I have my door open because I feel in the breeze, right, of the day. And so I'm reading my book and I'm feeling like great about my day and I'm doing my affirmations, right? I am blessed. I am talented. Today I'm going to see amazing things. And right as I say that, Dee Nimmin comes out wrapped in a towel and that's it.
That's one way to get blessed, I guess.
Affirmations
right? Owen, I have my own morning routines. I have my own morning routines, and walking around half naked in a stranger's house is one of them.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was a bear. I didn't know what I was looking at. But I'll tell you, that's the best part about the conferences is the memories. You know, the memories that happen. Foulfish is out there. Eileen Smith is saying, y'all stupid, LOL.
We are. We definitely are.
But that was a true story.
It was. No, it was. Right?
Yeah, like that's like they weren't even joking. Yeah, that's really, like a legitimate that happened.
That really happened.
Yeah, we're not everything, folks. Not everything is made up. Mike Swain.
Because the bathroom was right across from his room, so I had to like go in front of his door to get into the bathroom.
You know what? And I'm like that guy. I'm that guy that doesn't even change at the gym, right? So I like when I'm at the gym, I'm that guy that kind of like I'm covered up the whole time. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this. You go to the gym, and then there's these guys. They're typically in a certain age group, right? Not of my own. And they're just walking around just in the buff.
Like prunes.
Yeah. And
like full-size grown prunes.
Yeah.
Walking around.
And they're talking to me. Yeah, they're flopping, they're flipping, and they're flopping.
Yeah. Yeah.
It bothers me.
So you've been working out here long?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Awkward.
Have you guys had a chance to do your stretches? I'm doing yoga later if you want to join me. It just blows my mind. G. Samuel Verrett, Dan Evans, Alfredo logging in. Great to see you guys today. Welcome back to the first episode. Lottie Hearn Ross. Christina Smallhorn is saying, I hope this is a joke. Well, you just wait. Real estate whisperer.
I wish it was a joke too.
You know, I've often felt that my career was a joke. G. Samuel Verita saying, love your new hairstyle, Owen. Hey, I appreciate that. That's actually my YouTube tip for the day is don't fight your balding head. Success tip number 1, folks. I mean, and it Vsauce.
That's number 1. We got 9 to go.
Stick with us, folks. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing today.
Tip number 2. Don't shave your back. Just let it out.
Let it ride.
Let it out.
No, I think that's good.
Go.
That's a great. Yeah. That's a. Jeffrey Eatley is saying Owen's car smells like dog poo. Yeah, did you guys see the story of what happened to me on vacation yesterday?
Explosion.
Oh my gosh.
You used the word explosion and it just painted the picture.
It was like a water balloon from my dog's colon exploded on my son's hat.
If you would have just said the dog defecated in the car, I would have thought, okay, there's just a little accident. But you said exploded. So I totally just had this visualization of just, windows down, people jumping out of the car, gas masks on.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It's 110 degrees in the desert. And if you guys didn't see the story, you got to go hear the story. It's on my video from yesterday. Let me tell you, it's 110 degrees in the desert. We're riding on a spare tire, and we're just trying to get to the tire store to get a new tire, right? Cars kind of doing this. 110 degrees. Literally sweat dripping off everything, and then all of a sudden my kids are screaming in the background. The dog just on my hat! Oh my gosh! And then it took seconds. It's like a supernova. It took seconds to hit my face, and it was just like, oh, And so what do? You got to open the windows. You open the windows, you lose the air conditioning. So I'm opening all the windows. We've now got this dog stank in the car and this hot air. It's just like a dryer, just a blow dryer. We got 4 kids with their heads out the window. But let me tell you, we made it out, and everybody got home safe.
Do you remember that movie, National Lampoon's Vacation, with Chevy Chase?
Yeah.
Kind of like something out of there.
Yeah, it was. It was like the PG rated version. Like I almost found myself under a big rig, driving down the road. We got a great show today, folks. We're going to be talking about 10 YouTube tips to grow your business. I hope you'll stick around. But first, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor today, Video Marketing World. Oh wait, I did that. I was gonna go to Video Marketing World. I forgot. See, this is the first episode, folks. We're working out the bugs. Want to give a big shout out to Video Marketing World in Dallas, Texas. Can we show the video? Video Marketing World is the world's largest workshop on all things video marketing. Over 40 top-rated speakers. Can we play that?
Marketing World really stands out as its own beast.
This thing is no joke.
It is the place to be.
This conference was unbelievable. The quality of speakers that were here all day today from beginning to end, I thought was magnificent.
This environment here was almost like a workshop.
If you weren't here today, I'm sorry you guys, you missed out because there was some of the best here.
The knowledge and the access to the speakers was just incredible.
A place that you need to be to meet people and to be able to learn.
Getting a chance to hang out to meet some of these people that you watch on YouTube and on social media all day long has been absolutely remarkable.
I want to be here next year. I promise you it's going to be bigger and better than ever.
You need to be at this one next year. Come check it out.
Highly recommend it.
I'm so glad I came, and you should come too.
If you're watching this, I highly encourage you to come down to Dallas for the 2018 Video Marketing World Conference. This was well worth it, and I sure hope that I will.
Video Marketing World is put on by our good friend Jeremy Vest over at vidpow.com. I'm going to be there. Nick's going to be there. Brian G. Johnson's going to be there. Sean Cannell, Dennis Yu, Luria Petrucci, Amy Schmidauer, Evan Carmichael is going to be there. The King of Random will be speaking. Daryl Eves. This is literally the largest. If you wanted to destroy YouTube education, you could literally, come to Video Marketing World and blow up the hotel, and every big YouTube speaker would be destroyed. Right? They're all going to be in one room.
Right. Yeah, that was horrible.
So
that was horrible.
So I will not be going. This trip, right?
No, yeah, actually, Dee's gonna be going there to hang out as well. And the thing is with these conferences, like if you've never been to one of these conferences before, it's really like a lot of people think like, you know, they'll look at like the speaker list and stuff like that and they're like, oh, that's great. But really, like where the real magic happens is, you know, of course you learn from the speakers and all that, but like where the real magic happens is like just standing in the hallway, just hanging out with other people that are interested in doing the same thing. Because some of the conversations that you have are just incredible. They're game changers in terms of the way you think, the way that you approach things and stuff like that. And you're getting that FaceTime, you're getting that immediate access to the brains of all of these people that know what they're doing. I mean, these conferences are incredible in terms of the learning experience. In addition to that, you also have the networking side of things because, you know, with all this stuff, just like anything else in life, and Dee actually mentioned this to TubeBuddy streams a little bit ago, you know, part of all of this stuff, it's not just, you know, what it is that you're doing in your own world, you know, it's also, you know, who it is that you know. And when you go to these different events, you get to know people, you get to rub elbows with people that, you know, may or may not end up working with you in the future. But those doors are open in terms of having those conversations, you know, because those events, like everybody goes to those events for that reason, to network with people and to get to know other people that are doing similar things and to learn. So really recommend that you check it out.
Conferences are what are the pulse of your business, right? You can notice the pulse of your channel. You'll notice pops in your channel, spikes in your channel when you go to these conferences. And Jeremy has done a fantastic job of gathering the best and the brightest in the field. I'm going to be hosting. I believe I have a presentation, but I'm also going to be the MC of the event, so we're super excited for that. Nick will be there. Dee Nimmin's going to be there. And right now, you can get 2 tickets for the price of 1 when you check out with the code SAVE20. Teresa, maybe you can help me out with that. Teresa's going to be asking, leaving these notes in the comment section. When you check out with the code Teresa puts in the comments, you can get 2 tickets for 1. So network with the people that are in the comment section right now. Go to the Video Marketing World group. We just gave out a ticket the other day on my other channel. And join us at the Gaylord Hotel in Dallas, Texas. It's a fancy hotel, right? If I were 10 years old, I'd giggle at the name, but I'm not. I'm a super mature guy, right?
Right. And the fact that you even brought that up just shows how mature you really are.
Really, it's the pulse. It's the pulse. It's like a spike in my maturity, right there.
And it's Owen. It's no coincidence that my room is directly across the hall from yours.
with extra small towels this time.
That's right.
I need more.
We don't need no stinking towels at the Gaylord.
That's right. That's right. Dr. Sten Ekberg. So guys, go to videomarketingworld.com, buy your ticket, check out with the code, get 2 for 1 tickets, join us at the hotel, bunk with a friend. I think all in all, it's going to cost you what, like $500, right? You get the not even $500. You get the ticket for 2 for 1. Then you get a hotel room for $150, and you're with us for 3 days at this amazing hotel. The hotel is huge. Jeffrey Eatley is saying, "Where's that sound coming?"
Yeah,
from?
Jeff's going.
What's
Jeff
huge?
Eatley's
I missed something.
The hotel.
1,500 rooms, and we got questions coming in. All right, let's get started today. 10 YouTube questions. It's not bad. 26 minutes to get to the content. Not bad at all, I think. We're getting better.
Yep. Yeah, it went from like 40 seconds to like 26 minutes. Rocking.
I gotta work on that intro.
Stories have been told.
Yeah.
That's true. Memories have been made.
That's right. That's right.
I think. All right. So let's talk about YouTube tip number 1. Now, we're going to be answering your guys' questions, and we want to spend, about 2 minutes on each tip. Now, really what I want to do here is this is our first episode. It's sort of like a tech rehearsal. What I really want to do is just kind of go around the room, right? Nick, we'll start with you, and we'll just talk about, what you think is the biggest tip, and we'll just kind of do that in priority. So we'll start with what you think is most important to you right now, and we'll just kind of keep it around. So Nick, let's start with you. 10 tips to grow your YouTube presence. What is tip number 1?
My tip number one, and people will often ask me in comments and stuff, hey, you know, like, what's your number one tip? And my number one tip is to educate yourself. You know, like if you don't know the platform, be it Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, whatever it is that you're after, like if you don't understand the platform and what the platform expects from you, and how to actually operate what it is that you're doing on the platform, using all the features and how to make all this stuff work, then it's really important that you take that time to educate yourself. Because, you know, like if you're not learning how to do it, then you're just going to be sitting there spinning your tires. But if you're going through the process to where you're like, hey, I'm just every day, I'm going to spend 30 minutes or an hour consuming some type of material or content that is going to help propel me in terms of my knowledge set so that I can be better at this. Just spend that time, because the things that you'll learn over that time, if you're watching videos in that time or whatever, are going to be a game changer in terms of if you're going to be able to make it on YouTube or not. And YouTube themselves, they have the free provided by them YouTube Creator Academy that is essentially an instruction manual for how to use the platform, the best practices, how they expect you to do things they don't want you to do, things that they've proven to work time and time again. And if you're not educating yourself on this stuff, then you're really creating a humongous disadvantage for yourself, because you're basically stepping into something and you have no idea how it works. You're not making any effort into, or not all of the effort you can make, so to speak. You're not making all of the effort to understand what it is that you're getting into. And because of that, your road is going to be a lot harder to walk, so to speak, than if you go through the process of educating yourself, learning how it all works, so you can fine tune what it is that you're doing, and you drastically increase your chances of succeeding when you understand what it is that you're operating with.
Best places, Nick. Let's all do one. Your number one place to stay educated on YouTube.
YouTube Creator Academy.
YouTube
directly
Creator
from the
Academy.
source. YouTube Creator Academy.
Nick Nimmin or Dee Nimmin. I can't tell you guys apart. Dee Nimmin. You're number one.
You.
So, well, yeah, I was
best
gonna
place to educate.
Best place to educate, YouTube Creator Academy. Yeah, like he pretty much just took the win completely out of my
sails. You can't say the same one
sails.
though. That's kind of the thing.
YouTube itself. I mean, if you don't want to go to the YouTube Creator Academy, there's no
watch my videos.
There's no shortage of
videos.
videos on YouTube telling you exactly what you need to know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to say Nick Nimmin's channel or Brian G. Johnson's channel. And there's a lot of great channels out there, right? You've got Tim Schmoyer, you've got Daryl Eves, and I sort of don't mention them because they're so big, you know, 250,000 subscribers and whatnot. Like everybody knows that. But Nick and Brian's channel is just a wealth of knowledge. Brian specifically talks about the algorithm. Nick, I think that you just have this wide breadth of
I'm
tips.
a toolkit, man. Like if there's it's
you're just
toolkit.
a tool.
Yeah, I'm just a tool. But it's a toolkit. So, you know, like I cover all of the different aspects of YouTube and creating content and live streaming and all that stuff. Like all the stuff that you need to know is stuff that I share in my channel.
You're like the Swiss Army knife of YouTube.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's true.
Absolutely.
No, it's true. And like, you know, that's I don't have a joke for that. I tried. But we all right. Now, tip number 2, and we're trying to put comments on the screen. We're trying to. Everything worked yesterday, of course, but Melissa's been drinking. So you know, we'll see what we can get up. Melissa's our producer. She's sitting here right next to me. You probably can't see her, but we're working to get comments on the screen. So Dee Nimmin, tip number 2 for growing on YouTube.
Okay, tip for growing or just for starting in general? I would say tip number 2 for me would be to lower your expectations, because it is a marathon, not a sprint. It's going to take you a lot longer than you think it's going to take. And don't think that you're owed something just because you're uploading content.
That was great.
That's huge. That's huge. I think we oftentimes set ourselves up. Past the M&Ms, he's done, folks. He's done. Wait a minute. Nimmin-M's.
Yeah, you see what's going on there?
Oh my god.
See what's happening there?
It's brilliant. You guys
Owen, so if anybody has a connection at M&M, we're looking hard. M&M. We're looking at you, M&M's.
We've been trying to put this together for a while.
Yeah.
M&M's. Yeah.
Mars just isn't picking up the phone. Mars Candy's just not picking up the phone.
No.
How to Automotive. Good to see you, my man. Thanks for your Twitter request. I did get it. I just haven't had a chance. You're absolutely right. Video marketing specialist is asking, Nick, what's your channel name? It's a tough one. Get ready.
Nick Nimmin. Nick Nimmin. Nicknimmin.
There you go. So his name. Thank you for the question, sir. Kind sir. And I'm giving you a hard time because who knows what your name is. Yeah, you know, I get into this trap too. I've been uploading to YouTube for about 5 years. Very first time I uploaded a video, not very first time. I've been uploading all sorts of videos, right? Like I was at the time shooting video for business owners, and I'd upload a video, never looked at the views again. I just uploaded it and I would send it to people based on when they needed it, right? So it was like I would do a video for a lady in a yoga studio, and as I noticed she's really nervous. So I would do a video outside on how to not be nervous, right? I'd throw it on YouTube and I'd leave it alone. I would just send it to people when they need it. I eventually did a video that got 10,000 views in a very short amount of time. I didn't even know it until I got a phone call that was like, hey, will you design my website? I saw your website video. I want you to design my website. So I made a couple $100 there. And he goes, I saw your video. I go, what video is he talking about? Who is this crackhead?
You're thinking, oh, what video are you talking about? And you start to worry about what's out there.
Right. Was that me in the towel? Yeah, exactly.
Right,
At the gym doing my stretches, you know?
Right.
But it was my website video. And here's what happened is I noticed that I had like 4,000 subscribers, like 20,000 views on the videos. And I know my numbers are a little inflated, but it was these big numbers. I think that a lot of that is sort of the attitude you have to go into it today. Upload the video and move on to the next video. Now, don't ignore the statistics. Don't ignore your statistics. But don't put your value, don't put your identity in them. Okay, so tip number 3, my tip for you guys today is to create in playlists, to create in silos. And I have a couple videos on this topic, on not just creating in silos, but also creating in playlists. I moved away from this over the last year, and it's been to my own detriment, right? I've really learned a big lesson from this. But, you know, if you're going to do videos about home improvement, do 5 to 10 videos on building shelves, right? And target a keyword around shelf building, right? Where that keyword is in all 5, all 10 of those videos. And build in that silo. And I can point to multiple success stories with this. Building on Snapchat. When Snapchat first came out, I did 3 videos called Snapchat Tips. It was like Snapchat Tips dash how to do X. Snapchat Tips how to do Y. And so on and so forth. All 3 of those videos did phenomenally well. They actually continue to perform. I still get comments that are like, add me on Snapchat. These were like 3 years ago. I deleted my Snapchat, right? I don't even use it anymore, but the videos still continue to get views. Same thing is true with, you know, I've got videos on captions, on how to do like international captions, and these videos continue to do well. Do you guys see the same thing? Is that you produce sort of in keyword clumps, in silos, in playlists?
Yeah, without question. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to. Like in order to, you know, like the idea is, you know, for anybody watching this, and this is kind of like a side tip really, is the idea is that you want people watching as much of your content as humanly possible. So if you can bring them in on one video, and then you have other videos that are relevant to what it is that they're interested in, you can directly send them either verbally or through, you know, a description link or a card or an end screen link or whatever. If you can directly send them to another one of your videos, and that's a plus for that video. YouTube specifically says that if a viewer goes deeper into YouTube from your specific video, that video is more likely to be promoted elsewhere on the platform. So the more that you can do that, the better your chances are of having that video shown to more and more viewers. So super important to build your content out that way.
I think the idea of a playlist is just to get them to binge watch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like watching Game of Thrones. But if you sit down and you just want to watch them all, right?
And it's on one category, right? So you know they came in on Snapchat, right? And so trying to get them over to Instagram is like an Instagram tips video. It's a huge jump in the logic, right? Where it says, well, if they like Snapchat, they probably like Instagram. Whereas if they're watching like a how-to Snapchat video, it's very likely they'll want to watch more. And I know that I geek out on some of this stuff. I know that I'll watch something like how to optimize Instagram stories, and I'll watch 5 or 6 videos on that topic right then and there to make sure that I got like the full thing, right? Because I don't want to come back every day and watch an Instagram stories video. I want to just like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, learn as much as I can, and then go start implementing this stuff. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, Nick Nimmin.
Tip number 4 is to have a niche. Like if you have a niche. The thing that is super important is to make sure that you're serving a particular audience. Because like if you just put up a bunch of variety content to where it's like one video is about your family trip to the moon, the next video is about like how to fix a washing machine, the next video is about like how to make stickers, then what you're going to have is you're going to have a broken machine, so to speak, because somebody that comes in from the family vlog to the moon video, which would be a huge video, by the way, but the people that came in from the family vlog to the moon, they might not necessarily care about how to make stickers. They might not necessarily care about how to fix a washing machine. But if all of your videos were, hey, this is the family vlog to the moon, this is our family vlog to Mars, then those people that are coming in for the family vlog stuff, and they like space, I guess, in that case, but the people that are coming in for the family vlog stuff, if you have more of that, then the people that watch that type of content are more likely to watch more of your content. But if you mix it up and you have all these different flavors of content, then you're less likely to win viewers, and your view to subscribe ratio is going to be lower, and you're just going to have all of these people coming in for all these different topics, and it's going to make your channel a lot less subscribable, so to speak. It also hurts you in terms of like brand deals. It also hurts you in terms of like brand deals and collaborations and all of that. Like the more focused you are, the more value you add to yourself and the community all the way around, because you become a specialist in a specific topic, and that there's value to brands that way. There's value to your audience that way. There's value to you as a professional that way. And there's value to the people that are coming in and watching your content, because you become a resource for that type of information.
Very, very true. I've seen this mistake over and over again. Roberto Blake at Social Media Day San Diego made the statement, variety channels are dead. The day of variety channels are dead. And you've got to be really careful about that. In fact, I was having a conversation with Jeremy Vest, who is the CEO of Video Marketing World in Dallas, Texas, coming up at the end of the month, and you can get your ticket 2 for 1, 50% off when you use the promo code. You'll find it in the comment section. He was telling me, are you niche enough, right? I was talking to him about, because him and I go back and forth, and as we all sort of do on our channels, and trying to do the best we can. And I said, you know what do you think about my niche? And he goes, are you niche enough? So Jeremy's not only doing YouTube tips, he's doing thumbnails on YouTube. I mean, that's niche, right? So think about your content. Rosh Seiler's, good friend of the show, is doing social media tips. Rosh, maybe it's time to get into like even a niche, like social media for speakers, right? Or something to that effect. You know what I mean? Maybe, are you niche enough? In fact, I want to know, what is your niche? Let us know in the comment section right now, even if you're not making video too much. Let us know, what is your niche? Who do you serve? What's the product you sell? I'd love to know. I'm reading the comments. I got V Reacts, Real Estate Whisperer. I love Real Estate Whispers. First of all, she's so funny. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to Real Estate Whisperer. She is so funny. And she can teach you a lot about just how to be comical in your videos. She's watching us on YouTube and on Facebook, which I love. So it's like 2 views for the price of 1, folks. Let us know your niche. Dr. Sten is saying holistic natural health. Dr. Sten, you're not, though. You are a chiropractor. Because unless you don't really talk about all natural cancer cures. I mean, maybe that's like a sub part of what you do. But I think you're even more niche than you think. I don't know. Some thoughts. We'll think about it. We'll let those, Paul Peck is saying drywall. That's a niche. You guys know Paul Peck, Peck Drywall? That's all he talks about is drywall. And I
think that's amazing. It's amazing that he's built the size of a channel that he has just hanging drywall. That is incredible.
Yeah. And fixing drywall and putting holes in drywall. Yeah. And each video gets like 40,000 views. Right?
Yeah. It's crazy.
In fact, it makes me mad. I need to start a drywall channel.
Yeah, right? Can we kick him out of the chat?
Yeah, can we ban Paul Peck for being too good?
I don't even want to see Paul's name. Yeah.
You're too
Doing
good,
it with Jason is saying that he lost his niche. I think he might have left it in his other jacket.
Yeah.
You might want to look in your other jacket.
Brad may have taken it, Jason.
Yeah. I bet Brad has your niche. Brad has your niche, Jason. Talk to Brad.
Yeah. Brad is kind of known in certain circles as being kind of a niche thief.
He is.
So
That's too bad. He's one of those. Tip number 5, Dee Nimmin.
Oh, my turn. Take your ego out of the equation.
Ooh.
And learn how to rely on your data from your analytics to predict the future of your channel. Or not predict the future, but just to shape the future of your channel.
Okay, talk about that, because I hate analytics.
Everything on your analytics.
Talk about that. What analytics are important? Because I struggle with it. Like I'm not a numbers guy. I have a CFO, right? We've hired out for some of the numbers. I kind of know the answer to this a little bit because I've gotten better at it. But you're talking to a beginner, D. What analytics do we look at?
I'm going to focus on my thumbnail click-through ratio, my CTR, and I'm going to look at audience retention. That's going to tell me if my thumbnails that I'm creating, which I think are awesome, these are the best thumbnails ever. I've put so much work into it. It's going to tell me if people are actually responding to my thumbnails or not. And the audience retention is going to tell me how long people are watching my video, because I put so much work into this video. It's the best and everybody should love it. But that number is going to tell me if that's true or not.
Yeah.
And the data is not going to lie. It's going to tell you. And that's where you need to check your ego, because it can be painful to put your heart and soul into a video that you think is just awesome and you did the best that you could actually do, but your watch time is like 18% and your click-through ratio is like 1%.
Right.
It's horrible. It's a horrible feeling.
Right.
Yeah. But that teaches you that you have to go back. Tip number 1, you have to educate yourself. You have to learn how to make better thumbnails. You have to learn little tips and tricks to how to, get people to watch a minute longer, 2 minutes longer. And that's just part of the education process.
Man,
and with that also, go ahead, Owen.
No, please.
And with that also, inside of YouTube, basically, they even publicly state that you get judged basically on how much watch time you generate per impression of your thumbnail. So your thumbnail and your title. So basically what that means is every time that your thumbnail gets and your title gets shown in full. So like if somebody's scrolling down the page and your thumbnail gets shown halfway, that doesn't count as an impression. But as soon as it's fully on the page, then you have 1 impression. Okay. So the more that people click on that thumbnail every time it gets shown, and then the longer they watch the video per click, that's what you're ultimately getting judged on.
Watch time per impression.
Watch time per impression. So making sure that you are getting those clicks, right? Winning those clicks, make sure that you're getting those. And then you're you're basically keeping that flow going once people hit your video is critical in terms of making anything happen on your channel.
And you also have to be outperforming those around you.
Yes.
In your niche.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Which kind of brings me to my point, which we'll get to in just a quick second. I want to ask a couple questions that are coming in. Real Estate Whisperer asked a great question on YouTube. And she says, so many of my videos are over 70% watch time, I believe is what she's saying. How long does it take to get into YouTube suggested? I think that's what she's asking. Nick Nimmin, your thoughts?
What is her thumbnails? Because here's the thing. Here's how it gets broken, right? So let's say that you have a high audience retention on your video, but your thumbnail isn't performing well against the other thumbnails that it's being presented against, then that chain is broken. If your thumbnail is getting like a killer click-through rate compared to the other videos that are around it, and your video you're not getting that retention in your video, then you break it there. So if you're getting a lot of retention on your video, but your thumbnail isn't doing well in comparison to all the thumbnails that it's getting served up against, then that's where you're going to take a hit. And in terms of how long it takes to get into YouTube suggested, I'm guessing that you're probably getting some suggested traffic now.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to open up your channel here real quick, but you're probably getting some now, but you might not be getting a ton. And one thing to think about is like when you're putting your content together here, hold on. Yeah, when you're putting your content together and you're putting your titles together and all that, a lot of people think that when you're optimizing your video, that you're only optimizing your video for search discovery so that people can find it on YouTube, or that it can possibly show up in Google if you're targeting Google. But in reality, you're optimizing your video for search, and you're optimizing your video ultimately to tell YouTube what your video is about.
Yeah.
So that YouTube can put your video next to videos that are similar to yours, so that you're being served in front of a similar audience to those other videos that you're being surrounded against.
Hey, thank you, by the way.
Oh yeah. And your super cool featured channels. We just saw D in there, and I'm not there.
Thank
so
you.
I just want to say that I'm upset that I'm not in your super cool featured channels list, unless it's on rotation, which it may be. But with that though, here I'll let Dee keep talking since I'm not in the list.
No, just thank you.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But seriously, like
she rocks. Let's talk about her.
but seriously though, like you know, like when you're optimizing your content, it's not just for search, it's for discovery in general. It's ultimately, in a nutshell, to let YouTube know what your content's about, so that they can put it in front of the right audience. That's really what it all comes down to. So so if you're getting a high retention, then you probably need to get your click-through ratio on your thumbnails higher, because if your ratio on your thumbnails isn't high enough compared to the other real estate channels that you're going up against, then that might be where you're not getting as many suggested views as maybe you might think that you should be getting. And with that also, because, you know, like I see your thumbnails and I think they look great in terms of being like YouTube-y. I think they look fantastic. However, in terms of real estate and people that are looking for real estate information, you also want to make sure that the way that you're presenting your thumbnails and the way that you're presenting your content is also something in line with what people looking for real estate information might be looking for. Because like,
yeah, I think your thumbnails look great. But I'm going to say, but based on your niche, I don't know what they look like.
If I'm going to buy a $300,000 house,
trust is involved.
Am I going to buy it from a lady in a wig with bright pink? I think that's you're dropping some major stuff there.
I would definitely do some testing.
Yeah. And you know what, Christina, you may want to swap up your you know, because she does a lot of these, like she has these characters that she does where she's just like, hi, I'm the ditzy real estate agent, and oh my gosh, phone's going off. And she's sort of like making fun of these real estate stereotypes, right? I love it.
That's cool, because that's drawing a line in the sand, which is good.
Yeah, but maybe throw in there, you know, like some legitimate, I'm Christina Melhorn, and maybe you've seen my video. I do funny videos that make fun of the real estate industry. But when you're looking to buy a home, here are 3 things.
It's no joke. Yeah. Right. Like, but when you're looking to buy a home, it's no joke. Right. It's like, you know, like when you're looking to buy a home, it's no joke because, you know, like I'm experienced, you know, like I've been doing this for X amount of time. And because of that, I can joke around a bit because I know what I'm doing and blah, blah, blah. And then you kind of reclaim that position of authority.
I think that's
I would
great.
also try to be consistent.
Great tips. Great tips. That's tip number 5. So that leads us to tip number 6. And we're actually getting some great questions in. Nick, we'll answer this in a second, actually. Eileen Smith. Thumbnails. Tip number 6 is thumbnails. Your thumbnails have to be spectacular. They have to be spectacular because when YouTube's a search engine, and when a viewer is going to find your video, right? They're going to type something and they're going to see 10 different videos, maybe 5 right off the bat, right? And your thumbnail has to immediately capture their eye. So you need to be eye-popping. But as Nick and Dee were just saying, you also have to sort of make a promise as to who you are. As you know, I went through this too. I was making kind of like these real fun YouTube-y thumbnails. But not, my audience wasn't like clicking to them, right? Because I'm more of like a professional guy, you know? And so we had to sort of make them a little bit more professional, more branded. And we sort of took, you know, a cue from you, Nick, and then from Primal Video, who just has my favorite thumbnails, I think, are Justin Brown's. I just love the way he does his thumbnails.
Yeah, awesome thumbnails over there.
Something to think about too is what are your thumbnails saying, right? If I were to look at your last 10 thumbnails, would I be able to tell that they came from the same provider, the same content producer, right? Or are they 10 thumbnails that look 10 completely different channels? 10 no common thread through them. Do your thumbnails make a promise about the content you deliver and how you deliver it? All that stuff. You know, all that stuff matters. Eileen's asking a great question about thumbnail statistics. How do you know your click-through rate came from your thumbnail versus your title?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't have any place where they define that. Yeah, they don't have any place where they define that at this point in time. The only information they're giving us is they're giving us the click-through rate on the thumbnail. So it's not a difference between the two.
Would be interesting to know what the viewer
they give us.
Would be interesting to know what the viewer clicked though, because sometimes you do click the title because the title is what grabbed your eye. Other times you're clicking on the thumbnail. That's an interesting statistic, you know. And I think that your gut plays a role there, right? Because it's like, oh, I did this time. I made my title a little more clickbaity, or I use the word awesome in my title. You'll see, like, in our thumbnail, we use the word legit, like 10 legit YouTube tips. You know, and you have to kind of like get, well, my thumbnail's the same as always, but my click-through rate is higher. So maybe my title has something to do with that. You know, you have to kind of like look at a number of different things. 8 minutes left. We got 4 more tips to go. Nick, tip number 7. Talk to us.
Use tools. Use tools. Like there's things you can use to make your workflow easier. You can use TubeBuddy, you can use Morning Fame, you can use Keywords Everywhere. You can use, you know, different apps in your phone to make your, you know, your photos look better relatively easily.
Yeah.
Like use the stuff that is available to you. And we're not saying this just because we're wearing TubeBuddy shirts, but like it's a legit thing. Like use the tools that are available to you because like there are things that help you. Just like a hammer helps you build a house. You know, these tools also help you build your YouTube house. You know, so it's important to make sure that you're giving yourself the advantage by using the proper tools without question.
Yeah, great point. Dr. Stan is saying, do you A/B test the titles? Nick, do you A/B test your titles or no?
No, because when you change the titles, it can cause your video to get re-indexed. The only thing that I A/B test is the actual thumbnails themselves.
Yeah, and that doesn't affect the re-indexing, which can affect your ranking. But if you guys want to, A/B test your thumbnails, I recommend it. We do it, although we do it in sort of a different way. Here's why, or you can use TubeBuddy is where I'm getting at. You can go to tubebuddy.com/Owen video. You can get a trial run of TubeBuddy and try it. You can split test your thumbnails. You can split test titles. And look, if you're not at 200,000 subscribers, split test your titles. Like what do you care if your video gets re-indexed, right? It's not going to hurt you per se. We got to keep moving. Tip number 7, Dee Nimmin.
Network with other creators and become part of the community.
Boom.
Good.
Nailed it. When did that happen?
I can't emphasize that enough.
When did that happen for you, Dee? Like at what point? Because you have kind of a newer channel, but you hit 5,000 subs, pretty quickly. When did that happen?
He's at 7. He's at 7 now as of yesterday.
7
awesome.
Yesterday.
Amazing. Congrats. So when did you find that you were a part of the community and not just hanging out with your brother? You know, like you're in it, your own friends, your own relationships.
I was hanging out with people in the Discord and hanging out with people, through comments and through chat and stuff like that. And that was cool. But when I went to VidCon and I had that face-to-face interact, like with you, Owen, like, I feel like you're like a brother from another mother.
Totally.
Like, right? Like you have those face-to-face connections, and it's worth me getting on a plane and flying to every event that I can, because I want that. I want to build those relationships further.
I couldn't agree more. I had such a blast at VidCon.
VidCon was for me.
For me, I'll tell you, the first one for me was Vid Summit. Vid Summit #1. I was at the very first Vid Summit.
Yeah, same here.
200 people there. And I became a part. That's where I met Daryl. I met Jeremy. I met the Harmon brothers there. Really incredible event. And that each event you meet more and more people. At VidCon, hung out with Molly Mahoney, and we got to we're already friends, but we got to be friends, right? Jason Rodriguez, right? Doing it with Jason, who was Logan Paul earlier today. Dee Nimmin, right? I remember coming out because we had late night talks.
You saw me in a towel, so we bonded.
I just wish I would have had my camera ready.
Yeah,
because that'd be great to wake up and have a framed picture of Dee in a towel every morning.
Oh man.
Yes. Some people have a picture of their favorite religious leader. I want a picture of Dee Nimmin in a towel.
I can make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't tease me. I won't be brokenhearted again. You're absolutely right. I remember coming off of VidCon and we did. We kind of had a bromance on Messenger. It's like, dude, I love you guys. You're amazing. It's such a great time. Becoming a part of that community matters. And if you're out there going, oh, I can't afford to go to a conference, I get it. Nobody can. None of us can, right? We're all broke, okay, at the end of the day. I make decent money, right? I've got a studio in my garage and stuff, but I got 4 kids, and we got things. We got to Yeah, we ripped a tire off our car. There are things you're going to spend your money on.
Dog explosion in your car.
I got to get my seats shampooed, right? And
you're gonna need a new car.
I got to get an air freshener, right? I got to trade in my car. They're like, did a dog lose his bowels in the backseat of your car? Even CarMax won't even take it.
Let me call that a soup kitchen.
yeah, it's a soup. That's a soup kitchen where we're from.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna spend the $400 on something, right? You're gonna spend it on something. At the end of the year, you're gonna be like, oh, I spent $400 on beer this year.
The money that was spent, the time that was spent going to Vid Summit was the best investment that even for time, the best time investment that I've dedicated towards anything in years.
That's huge.
In years.
Vid Summit for me, like Owen, like with you, man, Vid Summit for me was like a game changer in terms of like just how I think of what it is that I'm doing and just getting to meet everybody. Like for me, that was, I mean, it was huge.
Everybody's on the same page, and that's rare. That's a rare thing.
And we kind of see the realness of everybody, right? We see that we're all kind of trying to make it in this game. Which I really love. Okay, so tip number 8 for me, I'm gonna say keyword research. Know your keywords and stick to them. Nick, I struggled with this. You and I kind of did a workshop at VidCon. I struggle with this because I'll find a great keyword, right? Like YouTube for business, and I'm like, YouTube for business getting like 4,700 searches a month. And then by the end, within 5 minutes, I got it. YouTube tips for extremely awesome businesses in Cincinnati. That's it. I did it, right? And 4 views in a week.
Right.
You know? Keyword discipline for me is a keyword. It's like keyword discipline. You got to like know your keyword and just like stick to it and make your videos, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The importance of getting all of your videos optimized for search or just discovery in general is huge, because like, as an example, you know, sometimes your channel's up in browse, sometimes it's up in suggested, sometimes it's up in search, but search, like if you optimize all of your content for search, and search will become a decent percentage. It might not be the biggest, or it might, but it's going to become a decent percentage of the total views that you're coming in. And if you're not doing that, then basically you're costing yourself tons and tons and tons of views over time, because you're not putting in that little bit of extra effort in order to make sure that your videos are optimized properly.
Yeah, I think that's huge. Tawana is saying, so do you use the same keyword every time? You know, you're going to make a series on that keyword. You're going to do like 5-10 videos with that keyword. And, you know, if your keyword is YouTube for business, you're going to do stuff like best YouTube for business tips, or you're going to do YouTube for business dash how to grow with video. You know, you're gonna put that keyword into 3, 5, 10 videos, build a playlist, move on to your next one, and build a keyword silos on your page. That brings us to what? Tip number 9. Nick Nimmin, we're almost there.
Dedicate yourself to consistency. Dedicate yourself to like learning everything. Like dedicate yourself to what it is that you're doing. You know, in any field that people move into, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what you're, you know, moving into professionally or as a hobby or whatever it happens to be. You know, the more you dedicate yourself to it, the more you consume the information about it, the more you know, get into it, so to speak, and you're talking to other people that are doing it and that sort of stuff. Like the more you get into it, the better off that you're going to be, because you're going to be into it. So when changes happen, you're going to know about it instead of coming in late, like, oh, wait, what happened? What's going on? Yeah. But in addition to dedicating to like knowing what's going on, dedicating to making sure that you're uploading videos on a consistent basis is also really important, because, you know, in order to get that momentum rolling, in order to get the machine working in your favor, so to speak, you know, you got to be putting out content, and you got to be putting out content on a regular basis, because, you know, you want your current viewers to see you and to have you at the top of mind on a regular basis, you know, a few times a week if you can do it, because, you know, the less that your content is going out there, that's less doorways that you're creating into yourself, less opportunities that you're creating for people to discover you. And that's less opportunity for the people that are already into the content that you create to see your content and come in and consume your content. So dedicating to the grind, so to speak, in terms of the upload schedule and like knowing what's going on in the space is also extremely important.
Yeah. Just being a YouTuber. I mean, just saying I'm gonna upload to YouTube once a week. You know, I can't tell you how many clients. and non-clients, but like business people. It's like, I uploaded 3 videos and it didn't work for me, right?
Right. Yeah, like, of course not. Right.
Yeah. 3 videos every minutia second are uploaded to YouTube, right? You're competing in a competitive space. Can you imagine saying, well, I pitched my chiropractic business to 3 customers and they didn't buy. I'm gonna become a mechanic, right? What kind of life would you be living? You know what I mean? You've got to stick to it. You got to keep trying. Tip number 10, round us out, Dee Nimmin, or is it 9?
I'm gonna piggyback on that one and say, fall in love with the process and be consistent.
Oh, that's good.
Make sure you have a consistent upload schedule.
What's a good upload schedule? I get this question all the time. One a week, one. I had a guy say,
you can, but
go ahead.
I was just going to say, think of it this way. You want to watch your favorite Netflix show, and you're going to know that it's on the same time, or HBO, whatever. It's on the same time every Monday. Well, if people get used to that with your content as well, so if you don't give them that same consistency, they might stop watching.
Right.
There's no doubt about that. You know, give people something to binge watch on. And, you know, to help you with that, try batch production, right? It is a joke to make 1 video at a time. It's a complete waste of your time. You've got to make like 3 to 5 videos at a time. And it might start with 1. Get to a place where you can do 1 a week for a month. And it's like, all right, now this time I'm going to try 2 videos a week. And then get to a place where you're doing, you know, 5 videos once a month, right? And you're scaling sort of your ability to produce. That's all of our time today, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, if you enjoyed the show today, if you got some valuable tips, share this video on your timeline right now. If you're watching us on Facebook, just click the share button. Tell your friends, hey, awesome tips here today. Go check it out. If you're watching us on YouTube, click the share button. Share us on Facebook. Share us on Twitter. It's our hope that we would impact more creators, more businesses to grow your YouTube, grow your channel, and grow you as a professional. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time on the Business of Video podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Business of Video podcast. If you like the show, give us a review on iTunes or share this episode on social media now. Join us next time on Facebook Live. Just visit businessofvideopodcast.com and subscribe to the newsletter updates. This podcast is brought to you by Tuber Tools and BizTubeAcademy.com.